2023 was one of the biggest learning of my life. Call it about relation with friends, relation with family, relation with corporate colleagues, and relation with your own self. It also taught me that what does it take to live alone, leaving your family in a new city. It also taught me what does it take to search for an apartment in a new city. It taught me that what does it take even though your family is against you, even though you're just doing in sake of building your career, what does it take. We'll learn in this video that what were the learnings that I had and how I'm gonna use that as a tool in 2024. मेरे 2023 की शुरुआत होती है मुंबई से. I was working with an organization into inside sales. Simultaneously, I was creating my content as well, but that was not doing good because I was staying with my family, and it's very difficult to create content when you are having your family with you, and it creates a lot of problem. मेरे दिमाग में यही चलता रहता था कि यार कब मैं अपने कंटेंट पे पूरी तरह से फोकस कर पाऊंगा, कब मैं इसको इतना ज़्यादा टाइम दे पाऊंगा कि ये ग्रो करे, बिकॉज आई एम डूइंग नथिंग. And there were other problems and issues with the parents as well. I know every parent has a dream that उनका बच्चा कुछ अच्छा करे, they should do good, but they have their own perspective. They have their perspective on the basis of their experience, and there is a generation gap which creates the difference in the perspective. Finally, in the month of April, Mumbai is a great city. It's called as Maya Nagari, city of dreams. I love that city, but I don't want to stay in that city. I wanted to stay alone so that I can focus on my content creation. And it's not possible to focus on your content creation by staying with your family. It's not possible for me, the situation that I'm having. If you will speak to other content creators, I feel the same with them as well. Finally, I left the job in Mumbai in April and decided to relocate to Delhi NCR. Finally, I left my job in April, probably around 15th of April. I dropped my resignation in UFEB, and I didn't told this to my dad because I knew अगर मैं ये उनको बताऊंगा अभी, so like what will be the reaction, and I can't handle that reaction. मैंने plan कर लिया that today itself I'll leave for Delhi. And there was one friend staying in Noida जिसके साथ मैंने बात कर रखी थी that for some day I'll be staying with you जब तक कि मुझे एक नया फ्लैट मैं नहीं ढूंढ लूँ on rental. So whatever stuff money I was having, I purchased certain stuffs for packing and all, and I started searching for tickets to Delhi. There was no availability as such. I had to take a Tatkal ticket because I had to leave on the same day. Because अगर मैं वहाँ पे कुछ और देर के लिए रुकता, so मेरे लिए वहाँ से आना बहुत ही मुश्किल होता. Because कैसे भी करके मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे मना लेते और मुझे मानना ही पड़ता, और मैं नहीं चाहता था वो. Now what exactly happened? I didn't have the IRCTC login जो कि अभी भी नहीं है. It's very difficult to make. So I asked one of my close relative to get a ticket for me from their account. And जब ये चीज़ मैंने उनको बताई, obviously he asked that why you are leaving to Delhi, what is happening and all. मैंने उनको अपनी स्टोरी बता दी, and फिर ये स्टोरी मेरे डैड तक पहुंच गई, और फिर मेरे डैड ने मुझे मनाया, समझाया और कहा कि at that time like the festival Eid was nearing, so like he told like it's fine, जाना है तो ऐसे मत जाओ, आराम से जाओ, साथ में चलो, लाइक फैमिली सब लोग चलते हैं, लाइक पहले गांव पे चलते हैं, लाइक वेयर इज़ माई नेटिव प्लेस, my Siddharth Nagar, which is a small town. It's the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. It's a small town, like mostly people who are from the Buddhist religion, they used to visit like from Sri Lanka, Myanmar, China, Japan. So it's a tourist place for all these people. It is at the periphery of Nepal, very close to Gorakhpur in the eastern UP. And finally, that happened. I didn't shift it on the same day, but I waited for 5-6 days. Firstly, I went to my native place. I celebrated Eid and all. I already had the interview in the organization which I was currently working with. And then I shifted to Noida. I joined that organization. Initially, I stayed with that friend for 3-4 days, but it was very long from my office and commuting and all. It was very costly, time taking as well, and it was difficult to manage. So I took a PG, paying guest, if you know, like in Noida, which was very close to my office. It was just at a 5-minute walking distance from my office. And I thought, यार what is this? This is like insane. मैं 10-25 पे अपने PG से निकलता था and 10:30 पे मैं ऑफिस में. So मैं बोला यार ये तो बहुत ही मज़ेदार है. But it was not that spicy. इतना भी मज़ेदार नहीं था. While I spent 15-20 days there, like I used to eat outside food only because PG doesn't have kitchen. They used to have, अगर आप में से कोई हॉस्टल या पीजी में रहा है तो उनको पता होगा कि पीजीज में किचन्स नहीं होते हैं. लाइक यू डोंट हैव योर ओन किचन. लाइक दे यूज्ड टू बी 2 or 3 किचन्स इन द होल बिल्डिंग. Like either it used to be at the ground floor one and one at the top floor. So like if someone wants to use, like it differs like depending on the PG, or some PGs are having their own like buffet and all, but the hostel that I was staying with, it didn't had any such kind of stuff. And even अगर वो होता तो भी यार मुझे like outside food दिल्ली का तो बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आता. I don't know why. So when I spent 15-20 days, I felt like यार ये बाहर का खाना खाया नहीं जा रहा है. So I know a little bit cooking. So I thought यार यहाँ पे kitchen भी नहीं है. How like it's getting very difficult to survive. Now I started searching for apartments. I didn't got any perfect apartment which I'll be comfortable in Noida. Then I shifted to Delhi and there like to a friend for some days to search apartment in Delhi itself. And then I stayed with him as a guest for a few days in his apartment, and I used to search for the apartment simultaneously. I got a one separate room in a 4 BHK apartment in Delhi. And the plan I was having when I decided to shift to Delhi NCR from Mumbai, that I'll get a 1 BHK apartment or a 1 RK apartment, and I'll stay in that alone, and I'll cook myself food जो भी I have to do as per my convenience, and I'll shoot my videos while working and all in the free time. But getting a 1 BHK apartment was the most difficult thing, and I think it's very difficult to get in any city. Finally, I got a one separate room with a attached washroom and common kitchen in a 4 BHK apartment. I stayed there और वहाँ पे AC लगा रखा था. बट वो AC जब मैं उस फ्लैट में शिफ्ट हुआ तो फिर पता चला कि दैट एयर कंडीशनर इज़ नॉट वर्किंग. गलती से मैंने ब्रोकर को भी कुछ पैसे एक्स्ट्रा दे दिए और उसने मुझे कभी वापस भी नहीं किया. आई स्टेड इन दैट फ्लैट फॉर अराउंड 1 month. आई टोल्ड द ओनर कि आप ये AC सही करा दो बिकॉज आई हैव टू शूट वीडियोज़ एंड ऑल एंड इट्स गेटिंग वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी. बट ओनर ने बोला कि लाइक वी हैव टू डू वायरिंग एंड ऑल stuff like this, and it is going to it will take time, but we'll do it. But I didn't had the time. I told the owner, then I can't stay in this flat, I have to leave it. And do you know what happened? Leaving the flat in just 1 month cost my deposit. The deposit that I had paid to the owner didn't return it. And मेरे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं था उस चीज़ को इग्नोर करने के अलावा. I burned my deposit. Again, I firstly shifted to a friend's apartment because मैंने फ्लैट छोड़ने से पहले कोई दूसरा फ्लैट सर्च नहीं किया था. And now I thought like I'll search a good apartment, but again like staying with a friend is not that easy because they are already having some other flatmates with them, so it was difficult. And within 7 I was very eager to search an apartment. Again, I was looking for a 1 BHK, but again it was very difficult to get the ideal 1 BHK or 1 RK apartment which I was looking for. and that didn't happen. Again, I got a apartment which seemed to be decent, newly built apartment, and I got one room in that, and it was very cost friendly as well in comparison to the previous apartment I had, and I shifted to that apartment. I stayed there for around 5 months, and there were other flatmates as well. But again the issue was that मेरी जो personality थी वो बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ रहने में comfortable नहीं थी, because everyone has their own thinking. Again in December, I left that flat and I shifted to a new apartment, a 2 BHK apartment with one of my flatmate from that previous apartment. And this was one of the worst decisions in my life, because at that time I was financially not ready to shift to a new apartment. And eventually I was having the plan to shift to a city which is closer to my hometown, which is Lucknow, which I'm planning as of now to shift to Lucknow only, and I'm looking for opportunity in Lucknow. So that is what it was, and in just 8 months I changed 4 places, 4 apartments. I burnt certain money as well in terms of brokerage, in terms of security deposit, and a lot. Now this is the whole story of changing apartments in 8 months, but इसके साथ साथ लाइफ में और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें चल रही थी in the corporate world, in the world of relations with family and friends. Let's discuss that as well. In the corporate world, I joined the organization in April. I got a manager. I worked with that manager for 2 months. Then I feel that this is not the person I should work with, because the ideas are not matching, the vibe is not matching, and I thought that I should get my manager changed. But again, there was certain structural change in the system, and I thought सबके manager change हो रहा है, मेरा भी manager change हो जाएगा. But that was the month I performed really well, and my manager retained me in his own team. And that was the day I would say काश ऐसा नहीं हुआ होता. But if it happened, let it be. Maybe there might be some good reasoning behind it. That a lot happened which I think is not worthy to share in this video. There should be something kept personal. Finally, if I tell, the relation with my manager went toxic as time passed, and finally it came to a conclusion that I started searching for opportunities. And when I started searching for opportunities, I lost the focus on my current job, and that hindered my performance, and again it created more toxicity and a worst relation with my leader. Currently I'm not working with that organization anymore, and I'm planning to shift to Lucknow if everything goes well. But again, it's very uncertain whether I'll be staying in Lucknow or Delhi. It depends on multiple factors, whether I'll get opportunity in Lucknow or not, and hopefully I get it, and if not, so Delhi will be the place for next few years. Now the purpose behind this video was to tell you that every year comes with lot of opportunities, lot of people in your life, and lot of challenges. We learn from them, and we have to use them as a tool, as data, to make our future better. What I have learned, I'm gonna use it. You might have your own story. Understand your story, that what went wrong, what you learned, and what can be done better. Everyone has their own story, and everyone have their own challenges, and everyone has their own future. That's all for this video. Do watch other videos on the channel and consider subscribing if you feel that I'm creating any value.